Hello and welcome. Good news, I got myself a solar light meter to measure the light output of the lights I use, so you can have more information about them. I know this is not the perfect tool for the job. Of course, much better would be a spectrometer, but the difference in price is this costs about £100, spectrometer £2,000. So at the moment, I'm going to use this one for a while. And let me show you how simple it is to use. Okay, so I'm going to switch on my light and simply compare the output of these two lights. So I've got small handheld light and I've got tabletop light. So the difference is this one has got 16 LEDs, this one 60. So 4 times more, and we'll see if we can see the difference in the light output roughly at the same distance. I will measure it at the distance I would usually stand in front of the light, or if you do the therapy like this, that will be the same distance, yes? So you can have an idea what's the light output difference of these two lights. Just give you a comparison. Okay, so let's turn this light on, and I need to put red and near infrared. Yes, I made a video about it, because if you just press OK button, you will have only the red spectrum of light as a default setting. So you need to put both to have a full power of this light. Okay, so let's just turn on the meter. So I'm turning it on, and now I'm changing for watts per meter squared. And let's see what it shows. Here it says overload, so I need to change settings for higher. And now let's say this is roughly the distance I would stand to do the, let's say, leg therapy on my legs. So what it shows here, I can see 129, 130. This is roughly the reading I receive. So about 130 milliwatts per square meter using this solar power meter. Of course, disclaimer, this is not exact meter reading as you would do with the spectrometer, but for comparison it's good enough. Okay, and switch off. Okay, and now let's see what's the difference in if we use that smaller light. Yes, so I'm going to turn the small the handheld light, put it at the same distance roughly, and what's the meter reading? Can you see? I can't see. It's about, it depends, but it's like 25, 16, depends of course which point you point at, because there are 3 different LEDs here. So it would be better if I had only red and near infrared, but because I have blue light as well, it may skew the verdict. But it's just for comparison. Let's say it's about 24, 25 milliwatts per square centimeter. So small handheld light gives you 25, this one gives you 130. So this is the difference in the light output between the small handheld light and the bigger light, which you can connect to the socket. So, by the way, does it mean that this light is not as good as this one? No, it means this one is less powerful, but of course it's got its advantages. This light you can take wherever you want to go. Let's say if you are traveling a lot, like a member of aircrew, and you can put it easily in your handbag. And you can use it in your hotel room, for instance, to help you with sleep pattern, or just to do some red light therapy on your sore legs. So that's very handy, but of course it doesn't offer that much of power, because it's got only 16 LEDs and this one 60, so the difference is obvious. That is why I always recommend when people think about which lights to buy, because for instance that light is roughly in the same price as this model. This is my other small light. This one costs about 249 or something like this. This one costs similar price. So for the price of this you can have that, but It depends what you want. If you need more power, get this one. If you need more portability, get that one. So it's all about your needs, your therapeutic goals, and how are you intend to use your lights. So having a light meter like this allows me to compare these two lights because I'm using the same meter, the same device, which is calibrated in the same way, so I can compare that the light output of this one is, for instance, 4 or 5 times less than this one. And the other thing is, because this light meter is kind of like an industry standard now, whenever you look in other videos, people measuring the light output of their panels, they use this meter because not everybody can afford to fork out £2,000 or $2,000 for a spectrometer. So most YouTubers, most influencers, they use this kind of light meter, solar panel light meter. And the good news is that when I measure with this meter the power of this light, and then somebody else measure the power of their light, then because we are using the same tool, we can hope that we can have like a comparison of the power. So for instance, if they have twice as much, then say yes, we use the same meter in the same position, in the same way, that we can say yes, the other light is, for instance, 2 times more powerful, or it may be less light, it means this light is more powerful than theirs. So I feel like this is a good way to compare the results of light output between the lights using device which is good enough, not perfect, but I think it serves the purpose well. If you like this video, please give it a thumb up, share with your friends who would also benefit from this information. Check out my website for more information about red light therapy, discount codes and other interesting stuff. If you are new here, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.